Belgravia, the next chapter continues the story of the 2020 miniseries Belgravia but with a whole new cast and some fresh characters. The original series followed a high society family full of secrets in 19th-century Belgravia, England. It was based on the novel of the same name by Julian Fellowes, who was also the creative mind behind the hit series Downton Abbey and The Gilded Age. Belgravia contained all the drama and charm of Fellowes' other works, so it's no surprise that the self-contained series continues into Belgravia, the next chapter, which picks up 30 years later. Though based on Fellowes' Belgravia, the next chapter was created by Helen Edmondson and began airing in January 2024. It follows the now grown-up Frederick Trenchard, Ben Wainwright, who is unaware that he was born as the result of his mother, Belgravia's Susan Trenchard, having an affair. Ultimately, this means this second installment of the MGM Plus series has the same setting, but aside from flashbacks to events between Belgravia and Belgravia, the next chapter, there are minimal overlapping characters. Naturally, this means a fresh new cast. Harriet Slater as Clara Dunn. Clara Dunn at a party in Belgravia, the next chapter. Harriet Slater takes on the primary character of Clara Dunn, who quickly becomes Clara Trenchard, in Belgravia, the next chapter. Slater is an English actor best known for playing Sandra Onslow in the DC Universe series Pennyworth. This began as a periodic role throughout Season 1 until Slater became a primary cast member in Seasons 2 and 3. Slater has also made some film appearances, including her role as Kayla in the indie film Emily and the Magical Journey, 2020, and an appearance in Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, 2023. Slater's character in Belgravia, the next chapter, is a lively and enthusiastic woman who is brand new to high society. Clara meets and falls in love with Frederick Trenchard, and when they marry, she is thrust into the drama and secrecy of the family. This naturally puts significant strain on the marriage, especially as the extent of Frederick's insecurities resulting from his complicated upbringing come to light. Ben Wainwright as Frederick Trenchard. Frederick from Belgravia, the next chapter. English actor Ben Wainwright takes one of the lead role in Belgravia, the next chapter, as Frederick, the insecure Third Lord Trenchard. Wainwright is another relative newcomer to the screen, having only appeared in episodes of series like Gangs of London and World on Fire. He will also lend his voice to a character in the 2024 animated movie The Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim. Wainwright's Frederick Trenchard was conceived back in Belgravia when his mother Susan became pregnant as a result of her affair with John Bellisis, Adam James. This is among the Trenchards' best-kept secrets since even Frederick is entirely unaware. Still, as is seen by flashbacks to his upbringing, Wainwright's character is deeply impacted by the continuous abuse resulting from his adoptive father's resentment. Toby Regbo as Reverend James Trenchard. James in Belgravia, the next chapter. London-born actor Toby Regbo joins Belgravia, the next chapter, as James Trenchard, Frederick's younger brother. Regbo is a film, TV, and stage actor best known for playing the younger version of Nemo Nobody in the science fiction movie Mr. Nobody and Francis II of France in the CW series Reign. Other notable TV credits include Medici, Masters of Florence, A Discovery of Witches, and Chivalry. Regbo may also be recognized for playing a young Albus Dumbledore in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Part 1 and Fantast Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald. Regbo's character is Frederick's reverend brother, but the two became estranged before the events of Belgravia, the next chapter. However, upon learning about Clara and Frederick's marriage, James turns up with a gift and begins to try to mend the relationship. Hannah Onslow as Emily Dunn. Hannah Onslow in Belgravia, the next chapter. English actor Hannah Onslow plays Emily Dunn in Belgravia, the next chapter, Clara's jealous sister. Onslow is another actor whose career is just getting started, having gotten her start on an episode of Call the Midwife in 2020. Since then, she has appeared in episodes of This Is Going to Hurt and The Doll Factory, as well as films like Empire of Light, 2022, and Unicorns, 2023. Clara's marriage creates just as much a stir in her own family as the Trenchards, with Onslow's character being both jealous and untrusting of the relationship with Frederick. Emily believes the man will break Clara's heart and isn't afraid to make this opinion known. However, without knowing of the man's family ties, Emily begins to fall in love with Frederick's brother, Reverend James Trenchard. Alice Eve as Susan Trenchard. Susan Trenchard from Belgravia, the next chapter. Alice Eve is one of the few actors to return to Belgravia, the next chapter from the original series. The London-born actor has a longer filmography than many of her Belgravia co-stars, having played in films like She's Out of My League, Sex and the City 2, Men in Black 3, and, more recently, Haunting of Queen Mary. In the world of TV, Eve appeared in series like Black Mirror, The Power, and The Lovers. Eve reprises the role of Susan Trenchard in Belgravia, the next chapter, but only appears in the flashbacks of Frederick's childhood. Susan had been a petulant young woman back in Belgravia, and her selfishness and poor choices have profoundly impacted her family. This is seen throughout Frederick's childhood as well as in his insecure personality in the series present. Richard Golding as Oliver Trenchard. Oliver in Belgravia. The second actor returning to Belgravia, the next chapter after the original installment, is Richard Golding, who plays Oliver Trenchard. The English actor has had an extensive stage career going back to 2007, which has carried over to film. He's best known for playing Prince Harry in both the 2017 BBC TV adaptation of King Charles III, a role he originated on stage, and The Windsors. Golding also played George Sassoon in the 2021 film Benediction and Edward Adine in several episodes of Netflix's The Crown. In Belgravia, the next chapter, Golding plays Oliver Trenchard, Susan's husband and the adoptive father of Frederick. Though he agreed to raise his wife's illegitimate son as his own, Oliver did not treat Frederick well, as is revealed by the flashbacks throughout the series. Ultimately, this resentment and abuse led Frederick to struggle with his confidence and trust, especially since he had no idea that Oliver was never really his father.